So here's our tank game. We're going to be looking at adding secondary weapons to the tanks today. So let's start with creating the sprites for our weapons. First we need to create a new sprite called sprite weapons. Do that now. A weapon, I think, singular, so sprite. There it is, sprite weapon. And we're going to use the weapon sprite that's in our folder. Here it is. Now this, it looks like it's animated, but it's really, we're not using it as an animation. We're more using it as a, so which secondary weapon is active at this point. Or how much ammunition you have, I guess. We also need to create a new font. So here's our second font. And we're going to call this the ammunition font. So FNT underscore ammunition. And we're going to make it relatively small. So we're going to leave it at 12. And I think we just had the default settings. So then we want to go to the draw event of the parent tank. And in our draw event, we have more to draw now than just the health bar. Okay, so we're going to test the weapon object, or the weapon variable. So our variable is weapon. And this will tell us which weapon is currently active. And if, when it's tested against -1, larger than, that means one of the weapons is active. -1 is going to mean that there's no weapon active right now. You don't have any secondary weapon. So you just want to stop if you, but you don't want to do anything when it's not larger than -1. We put in a starter block, and then we add these things to our draw event. Go to the draw menu. First we want to draw the sprite. Since we've taken over the draw event, we have to draw the sprite there. Surprised this worked at all. We'll do that. Oh, this isn't the draw event. Which sprite do we want to draw? We want to draw the weapon. So we use our weapon sprite. We'll set X to -20. So just to the left of the tank. Set Y to 25. 25 would be a little bit below the top left corner. And this is the weird part. We'll set the sub-image to weapon. So that index will tell us which weapon picture to show. Next we want to set the color. And we're going to use black as our color. And then we'll use our font sprite. So we'll set that font to our ammunition sprite, and we're going to do a line left on that. Next we want to draw a variable, so that's on the control tab. The variable we want to draw is ammunition. And our x coordinate is going to be 0, and our y coordinate is going to be 24. And then we do an end of block. Oh, should this be relative? Yeah, it should be relative. And then finally the end of block. I don't ever remember creating an ammunition variable. Let's look around to see if that's anywhere. Here's tank parent. I guess we're there in the create event. I don't see an ammunition variable being created, so I must have forgotten to do that. So let's do that now. So create variable. This is a new variable, set variable. Ammunition. And we'll start it out at 0, I guess. So if you're following along in the book, we're starting on page 200. Next thing we want to do is create the pickup object. So let's look at that. There's actually a sprite called pickup. And pickup is, there's something on the floor of the battle arena that gives you access to these secondary weapons or power-ups. So we're going to just call it pickup. And we'll use the pickup sprite. There it is. And notice it has all the different types of weapons that you have flashing crazily. So pickup frame 0 is going to be the guided missile, the rockets. Here's the bouncing bomb, the shield, and finally the fixer power-up. Okay. Those are the 3, or the 4. Now you're going to have to add 2 more to these. So eventually when we get to the end of this game, you're going to add 2 more pickups. And some of them, I think one has to be time dependent. The other one can be just pretty much anything. It has to be relatively complex. And so if you do just a simple one, like change the color of your tank, that's not going to cut it. It's got to be a little bit more challenging than that. So we have our sprite. Do we center it? I think so, yes. Next we create an object pickup. So create object. Now this pickup object is going to be a little bit strange because you'll put however many of these you want in the room, but right in the create event of these pickup objects, it's going to roll the dice or figure out which one it should be, and then move itself to a random location in the room, and then show that pickup at the start of the game. Now the pickups will move around on you. After a certain amount of time, the pickup will disappear and move to a new spot and choose a new weapon upgrade. So you're going to get a lot of action happening in these pickup objects. Okay, so here's the pickup. In the create event, we want to kind of randomize this so you don't always get the rockets to begin with. We're going to create a new variable called kind. So we go to the control menu, set variable. This is the kind of weapon that you're picking up. And we're going to set it equal to choose. This is a pretty cool function in GameMaker where you can choose from multiple of different numbers. So we say 0, 1, 2, 3. So just choosing a number from there. And make sure to put the close parenthesis there. Well, what that will do is randomize what type of weapon the pickup's going to look like. Next we want to set the alarm because again every once in a while the pickup changes spots and also changes what kind of pickup it is sometimes. So set alarm, where's that? Here it is. Now we don't want this to be as regular as normal. We want at least to stay there for about 100 frames. So we'll say the number of steps, we say 100 plus random. That's the random number generator. And we're going to put in 500. So we know that the pickup will be there for at least 100 frames, but then after that, it could be 1 to 500, I guess 0 to 499 added to that. So again, we can have a pretty wide-ranging pickup. So we set that alarm on the pickup. Next, we want to do a jump to random position action. We haven't done this before. That's this one here. It just picks a random spot on the board that doesn't already have something else in it. Do we want to set the snap on this? It doesn't say to in the book. So we'll leave that the way it is, I guess. Now, we set the alarm here, but what happens? What should happen when the alarm goes off? So this is the event when the alarm goes off. Once the alarm goes off, again, we want to set the variable kind. Kind to choose the number 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Closing parenthesis. And then we want to set the alarm again. That's here as an action. And again, our time frame is going to be 100 plus random 500. So it's going to be a number between 100 and 600. And setting alarm 0. And again, here we want to jump to a random position. That's there. Okay, so that's the alarm event. There's one more thing having to do with pickups is when the pickup collides with object tank parent. So we're going to add that collision here. And when the tank picks it up, then we just want to make the pickup jump to another position. So again, we go to the Move tab. This one, Jump to Random. Lastly, we want to add a draw event to our pickup object. What do we want to draw? Well, we want to set the sprite to, I guess we can do draw this way directly. So here, draw sprite. Which sprite do we want to draw? This is the sprite weapon. No, actually pickup, sorry. Sprite pickup. And then the sub image is going to be what kind of pickup it is. So we're going to say kind. We'll make it relative. Okay, so in my room now, I want to go in and I'm just going to put a set of pickup objects. Doesn't look like I picked a font yet or picked an object yet, so let's do that. There's the pickup. So now we want to show the pickup in the room. I just tend to put it, right here. You decide how many pickups you want. You don't want too many of them, but it's dependent on the map size. This is a small map, so maybe I'll just do 4. You always have 4 pickups in the room at any one time. They could be in random locations. It could be 4 different pickups. So what should happen in the create event is the pickup will change itself into a different pickup. It might be the same as the rockets, but also randomize the location. So it looks kind of silly putting them in like that, but the first thing that happens is it gets randomized and scattered around the room. Okay, so it blows up. It doesn't know what weapon is. So if we go to tank parent in the create event, yeah, we haven't created a weapon variable yet. So let's do that. And we'll set the weapon to -1, which indicates there's no weapon to start with. Let's try that again. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of pickups. We wait a little bit, and you see one of the pickups change. You should see the other ones change as well. So every once in a while, the pickup changes position and it changes what kind it is. Okay. Still waiting for some more change. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it looks like our pickup mechanism is working out. Now we need a way to record which pickup the tank actually grabbed. So we go to the parent tank. I think we're there. So we've set weapon to -1. We also want to set ammunition to 0, and we did that. We want to add a collision event between object pickup and include a test variable action. So let's look at that. So collision with pickup, that's that one. We're going to do a test variable action. That's this one. And here we want to set it to other, which is the pickup.kind. So what kind of pickup is it? And if the value is 3, which is the tank fixer upper pickup. Okay, so if that's the case, then we do a start of block. And then we want to set the weapon to -1. So it's going to clear whatever secondary weapon you have when you drive over the tank repair option. So we set that variable weapon, and the value is -1 to indicate we don't have a weapon right now. Okay, so we don't want to make it a fixed amount because we really don't want the tank to have overshield or have more like a negative damage. So we have to do a little bit of math here so that doesn't occur. So we go to the damage variable, and this would be in the tank. And here we do set variable, and then the damage we're the variable we're changing is damage. And for the value, we're going to say this, max 0, comma, damage minus 50. So if you try to subtract 50 from damage and the amount of damage you incurred is less than 50, then you're going to get a negative number. So we want to either get 0 or a positive number. And that's what this max function will do for us. Say OK, closing block there. Now in the case where it's not the tool pickup, we're going to say else right here. And then we have another starter block. And here we do set variable. And this is the weird part. You set weapon to other.kind. Okay? So we figure out what kind of pickup it is, and we set that equal to the weapon variable inside the tank. Now on the rockets, the bouncing bombs, and the shields, the number is, I think it's going to be 10 for the ammunition. So we're going to set weapon to other.kind, and then we're going to set the ammunition to 10. And we'll set that to 10. And close the block. So we still don't have a way to see what's going on here because we're not actually drawing the secondary weapon yet. So let's figure out how to do that. And then I think we have everything we want to do for today. Next time we'll go over how to actually create the different types of, or shoot the various types of secondary weapons. Here we're just trying to record it. Yeah, so let's give this a try. See if it works out. Now my one tank can only go forward, so I have to wait until a pickup actually appears in front of me. Luckily it does. So I have see how I have the number of things I have, but it doesn't really show me the weapon. So I must have missed something when we're drawing the tank. So we draw the variable of the ammunition. We're trying to draw the value of the weapon. It looks like I forgot to say relative here. Okay, so let's fix that. Try again. Because you want to draw it relative to the tank's position. Okay, so I'm waiting for a weapon to appear in front of me. Okay, so just sitting there, the weapon must have spawned right on top of me. And so you can see that I have the little shield symbol on the bottom left corner. That means you have 10 shields available. If you're getting shot at and you put on your shield, then the damage doesn't count. And we see on the other tank too, it was sitting on a location where the pickup is, and now we're seeing that it picked up the the rocket weapon. Okay? And these numbers follow you along as you move around. Okay? Now the rule is if you have a pickup and you drive over a different type of pickup, it sets itself to the new pickup and not and the old one gets replaced.